Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So, returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessing. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in in case these notifications ain't go out. And give me some time to try to get somewhere in the shade. For those in the city right now, it's pretty decent. Kind of hot, but not as hot as it was Monday, but still good enough. Hopefully, y'all outside enjoying yourselves, outside of work and family. Hopefully, you all getting some form of enjoyment. Susanna, baby, appreciate you, baby. I know you need to go to sleep. It's still early out here, but again, if you're out and about, make sure you keeping yourself some form of hydration with you, sort of water, Gatorade, whatever, and keep yourself smooth. Um, those getting prepared for the weekend. Hopefully, whatever plans you might have, hopefully you'll have it smooth without a hitch. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy yourself and enjoy the blessings. Period. You know me, always got to chime in with the people. Appreciate those who tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Shout outs to Hammer Nation for popping in on the panel. Good talking the conversation. Uh, Reiterate and dust off some of yesterday's. If you missed it, catch the replay. Anita, what's going on, baby? Uh, Digging back into what I was saying, some of y'all might have heard the story about the FDNY, well, the former FDNY man who lost his life due to a heart attack. He's just got fired recently only because apparently, while nobody was paying attention, or some people were paying attention, um, I'm gonna say this before I go left. Just Jay, what's going on, baby? Um, so we do have a short staff on both both cylinders, FDNY and also NYPD, right? Some of the situations why we having a short staff is because they have to make quote unquote cuts or budget cuts. So apparently they passed some form of a bill supposed to allocate, I think, anywhere between 74 to almost $100 million to house those migrants who just came in or are still being thrown into the damn country. Excuse my language for this, but I said what I said yesterday. I don't like doing too much politics, but on that notion right there, I felt like I was right. That man Trump knew what the hell he was talking about. Now look, we already pay enough as it is on certain things, but now we gotta pay to keep these motherfuckers here. Excuse me for saying it that way. I know all of them ain't come here on the notion of just destroying. No, some really do try to, do better, trying to, gain better. They do want some form of opportunity. I'm not knocking those ones. But for everybody else that you just do it, and you don't even know what the hell they was, like it's crazy. You don't know what to expect on that notion right there. You had some who actually came here to do something right, and some came here to try to destroy shit, just like how they did when they was back home. It wasn't so much as building a wall; it was closing down the borders to specific people. Because if some of y'all come in here with that intent to destroy, we already got enough destruction in here as it is. My view and opinion on it. But this is what I was talking about. Some of you, especially if you are in the force or you're in the fire department, some of y'all might better make sure you're not one of those that get the unnecessary boot. Because again, that man was only shy away from getting the benefits and everything he was supposed to be getting. You know, my thing is, I've always seen it like this. No matter what it is that you're doing in life, if you're having certain ailments and you know you can't help it, but you still trying to be a part of something, You should still be able to be a part of something, and the people should respect that. And those people should make sure that these people have the proper benefits just in case of any untimely events. And especially if I'm helping in any way, shape, or form with your organization. That's just the way I feel it should be. But we I don't know. We've seen to have lost that touch with humanity. We lost that touch. Tell them, because again, I gotta lose my job on something that I've been doing, something that's been well to me to a degree, where I could finally start building or doing certain things. Especially, I got a couple more years left. I could probably do whatever, and I'll be set for retirement. I can't even do that. I gotta get the unnecessary boot because y'all gotta pay some form of a portion to help house these migrants. How is that possible? That's what I'm saying. The economy crippling like a mug right now. It's crazy though. That's why I asked that poll yesterday. Who had the worst 4 years? In my opinion, this is the worst 4 years we've been in. Certain markets are closing up or they drying out. Same thing with certain businesses. Certain positions are drying out or dying out because now you got to dish out something to help these people stay. That's why I said, how did you manage to have this form of open borders and then not think about the consequences of all of it now? Some of these people you ain't gonna be able to just forcefully kick them out because they done been here longer than 6 months now. They almost got damn near squatters right if you want to say that. So it ain't no you just gonna kick them out. No. See, you open up the floodgates to BS. But I would also say in certain instances, there's some of y'all who are gonna have to start getting again more involved. Get any form of corruption or anybody that doesn't know solely what the hell they doing, you got to get them up out of these seats. They making decisions that are going to be costly on the people, not them, the people. Got to look at people who have been solely trying to get opportunities for the longest or been trying to make something happen. And it ain't been happening. And then it's even worse now because it's a shortage on certain things. That's why we still getting a lot of these robberies. We still getting a lot of unwanted violence. Don't worry, I ain't being attacked today. I ain't dropped nothing on them. But in the same token, like I said, sometimes you're gonna have to stand up and stand up on your basic principles. When you see corruption at its worst, you are supposed to fight it. But just like I was also saying yesterday, as far as protesting and demonstrations, there are some of you who you're in the right idea and the right spirits of doing that thing. But again, you still got to make sure you got you know, a basic but also an intellectual balance when it comes to making those things happen. Because again, you're not going to be able to put everybody a part of the protest of anything. Some people might not only be protesting for your cause, they might be protesting for something else. And whatever else they might be, it could also lead to some form of violence. You got to be careful on that too, because again, if your main focus is again to um, organize a demonstration without some form of violence or without some form of being arrested, you're supposed to be in charge of that. Again, you are supposed to be the leader of the pack. So if you're going to lead a rally, You got to make sure that you leading your troops into some form of victory, and that you're all going home safe and sound at the end of the day. You don't just lead your troops into the battlefield face first with no form of knowledge, battle plan, or anything. Serious, what's going on, baby? Be safe on the road, baby. I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. But yeah, again, that's a form of leadership. If I'm supposed to be leading some form of revolution or an idea of a revolution, I'm supposed to make sure I'm leading my team to victory, to the bare minimum, leading my team to victory, and also making sure my team does come home. And this is what I'm saying. In a certain instance like that, again, your safety is the most important. Again, you tell me what kind of a demonstration or protest that is when you're gonna try to light yourself on fire or try to do something along those lines. Again, you got to make sure that you have the right people around you, basically, when you are leading these type of revolutions. Because again, you don't want no irresponsible, or you don't want no irrational hotheads, because that's going to mess up your basic core of the demonstration. P Moses, what's going on, my guy? But again, I'm not knocking nobody for being who they are if they really are into that. You're being an activist, protester, whatever. Again, it's about trying to fight for change. I grant that. But again, it is about being safe while doing so. Because you're going to encounter some form of madness while you're doing so. You might have some opposition, you know. Your opposition might even be some of the people that was with you at one point. Now they're against you because you're moving still in the same light. Your opposition could come from within your own camp sometimes. You know, some people might not agree with the way you're trying to lead or do certain things. So if that's the case, you keep doing what's necessary. If you feel you're doing what's necessary for the cause and you're not treading no boundaries or anything along those lines, then you keep doing what's necessary. Shades, what's going on, baby? But this is what I'm saying. You gotta really be mindful on that. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, I got you, Moses. Hold on, bro. No, but again, yeah, my fault. I had to make sure they wasn't trying to run down on your boy. They out here heavy today. They out here heavy. No, but that's the main thing. Again, you supposed to make sure no matter what battle in life you going into, whether you by yourself or you got a nice little clique with you, you're supposed to make sure you think about the all in all execution plan. Your battle plan is what's going to lead you to the next step. Have a successful form of a protest and demonstration. It's not so much as that it's just getting you out there and it's getting you to not just getting you the all in all shine and glory. It's not about that. If you really are fighting for specific reasons because they need to happen, then you're doing the right thing. Northwest, what's going on? What's going on? James, what's going on? Who else popped up in here? Who else popped up in here? Now you already know, bro. I thought I already had you modded, bro, but shoot. I gotta really start paying attention to this shit, man. Shit, stream y'all let me know who's who, man. But it's nothing wrong with doing that. You know, building what you are supposed to be building, a strong foundation. Because if you are solely fighting for the rights, solely fighting for the freedoms that we're supposed to be having, then you're doing the right things. If you're fighting against injustices, even if it's not homeland, so be it. But in the same token, you still got to be safe in what you're doing. Again, execute a battle plan. That's the main thing you're supposed to do. You have to have a calculated strategy that's going to work, keep everybody preserved, and y'all can keep on continuing doing whatever, even if you're going from state to state. Shoot. Again, it's about being wise, and being more responsible. Always one. Soon the madness will start, y'all. If you hear me mute the mic, you know why. But you got to remember that part. Again, think not just for yourself, but for the people around you. If I'm leading a demonstration, I don't want none of my peoples to have to worry about being handcuffed, taken into custody. And I definitely don't want to have to worry about nobody doing something radical and outrageous to where now we either have to shut down the protest or we all going to jail or we all could have some form of injuries due to that madness. So again, you got to be mindful of who you putting around when it comes to that. If you haven't learned from certain instances in history, you better start learning now. But I always said this too. In this instances, when it comes to building, even when it comes down to protesting, you gotta have the strongest willed and the strongest minded people around you. You can't have no form of weaknesses. And even if you think you got a weakness, if it's able to be utilized in the right way, pretty much good. But everything else, you gotta look at from a distance. You might want to do something outrageous that I don't plan on doing. I don't need you to be a part of that if that's what it's going to be. Like I said, how am I supposed to be leading the pack? But it feels like the pack is trying to break up within that. Like that's something you got to be mindful of too. Again, not everybody going to be able to come together and build under one collective. But then again, it's not saying that that's a bad thing because that them group of people might not be able to build with your group, but they could build within another group and could be useful and utilized. So again, it's about giving that opportunity. Coco, what's going on, baby? Glad y'all in here. You take a little brief intermission. Glad y'all in here real quick. While y'all in here, I just need y'all to roll with it. Because I told y'all to take my damn device weeks ago.
Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Told y'all to leave me alone and take my damn device. Don't nobody listen when I say this in y'all chats, right? All right. Find out the hard way. No doubt, Coco, appreciate you. No, but you gotta realize that part though. I told y'all, look, don't start laughing now. I told y'all. Take the damn device, please. You're all gonna be held accountable for this. Oh, but y'all already know this. Mod, y'all already know if y'all the main ones, y'all already know what it is. If y'all spot something I don't spot or don't see, y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know I got something for that too. Oh, another brief intermission. Look at
Wish I could be part of that world.
Told y'all to take it and y'all ain't listen. So yeah. No, but again, I don't care if you young demonstrators or your older demonstrators. If you're gonna be demonstrating and fighting against any form of injustice or trying to fight for things that you know the people possibly need, again, make sure you got the right type of people. Make sure they level headed. Make sure they not hot headed and they rash or quick to just react on impulse. Again, it is about preservation. It is also about the main safety. And I believe there's a lot of peaceful protests that actually do some form of good, even to a point where now you are voicing your opinions to those people that you need to voice your opinions to, the politicians, the state assemblymen, and so on and so forth. If the numbers build right and everybody just stay on focus with the main task, and also make sure everybody come back home in one piece, some of these demonstrations would not be as bad as they are now. But again, some people gonna have to take accountability. If you're gonna lead a pack, even if you're gonna have some wild ones, you better be in control of them wild ones. And if them wild ones decide they're gonna do something without your permission, or not even your permission, they do something without your knowledge, then you gotta eliminate those people straight up. Because again, it's about a form of peaceful protest, not about violence. But all in all, for those who are keeping those demonstrations peaceful, without any form of vandalism, violence, and things along those natures, keep doing what you're doing and keep fighting for what you believe in. It's the most important thing. You don't stop fighting for things you're trying to change and things you're trying to build. You know, you got to remember that part though. Again, you know, things are going to start with you. Whatever you're going to do as far as, like I said, protesting, you better make sure that is the right form of protest. And again, it shouldn't cost you your life or cost you some form of time in jail neither. Again, some of y'all protesting against, government injustices, so on and so forth. Some of y'all fighting for different reasons. Some of y'all fighting for, better health, better health quality, better health insurance, so on and so forth, right? But again, your main thing is to make sure your peoples are still preserved. Because again, how you going to try to fight for a form of opportunity? And then when the opportunity comes, you're not going to be able to do anything because you incapacitated. You can't do much. And I would say this again for some who are out there. Again, some of y'all, I wouldn't even call y'all activists. I would call y'all extremists because again, you're going to extreme levels to prove what form of point in protest. May that man rest in peace. But again, that's crazy that again you just got up and did something as wild as that. And in the long run, it didn't really stop nothing. Again, some of y'all got to realize you're gonna try to do things you feel is best. It ain't gonna be best for you. It's not gonna be in the best interest of you because guess what? When it's all said and done, days are still gonna move on. The world is still gonna move forward, whether you hear or not. It's still gonna move forward. Time doesn't stop for nothing. And again, you want to be wise. You know, there should be no form of protest or anything along those lines that would even have you remotely think it's cool to try to risk or jeopardize your life. It's just not. Again, you have police and you also have fire department who again, yeah, they risk their lives. That's a job they choose. But that's because they confident in doing what's necessary. At least majority of them. They ain't trying to be, fools or anything. No. They doing it because that's what they want to do. To really serve and protect those who need it. Or to try to help those in need, especially when it comes to dangerous, dangerous situations or real life emergencies. You know, same thing like prime example. EMTs take some form of a risk because you never know. They deal with certain things on a day in and day out. Sometimes they could be dealing with a almost deceased body. Some people might not be mentally prepared for that. So again, everybody takes some form of a risk in certain positions in life. But for the rest, shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard for you to decipher what's important or what's not important. Your life is more important than anything. Your safety is more important than anything. Because how are you going to be able to make anything as far as the wheels turn or make success happen if you ain't here to do it? Riaz, what's going on, my guy? Another thing I was going to kind of cover today, uh, and I got to bring it to this thing again because apparently this is going to be a never ending thing. Um, there are some people out there again who have to stop listening to certain, stop listening to certain notions, not just on social media but in society as a whole. I'll be honest with you. There's some of y'all who, again, you have this entitled behavior. Let me break this down for you. You are supposed to be entitled to certain things in life, but there are other things not going to be entitled. You don't have to work or earn that. And if you're not trying to build or work towards earning that, then again, you just selling yourself short. Again, some of y'all have to learn to be reasonable in the things that you want, but also the things that's more important, like the things you need. I would say this, like I said the other day. There's some of y'all who can have damn near everything on your list of things crossed off as far as a good partner is concerned, but you will still try to raise the ante up, or you still won't be satisfied. Keyword: some of you, not all of you. There's some of y'all who actually have reasoning and knowing. Look here, if I got something good in the chat, the box is done checked out. Why would I push that person into somebody else's arms? And that's on both angles. On both angles. I'm about to say I ain't do it, y'all. Wait a minute, is that a news copy? Oh no, I said NYPD. Never mind. I thought that was a news copy. I'm about to say I'm on the news, y'all. I'm on the news. Run, run, Chico coming. But that's on both angles. Like I said, it's on both angles when it comes to men and women. Some of y'all really have that entitled behavior. You think, like prime example, there's some of you fellas who think a woman is supposed to play every role, including your mother, and vice versa. Some of you women think the same thing. A man is supposed to play everything, including a father that you probably never had. Um, Newsflash. Um, you both have to at some point come together and compromise on things. You know, prime example, I'll be able to do what I need to do and do what's necessary. It should be the same way too. You should be able to do what's necessary and do what's required. You require protection, you require some form of leadership and everything else along those lines. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to compromise that situation right there. Because again, if you want somebody to be that protector and be that leader, like you say you do, you want a real man, you need to let that real man lead. And if he knows what he's doing, even if he's prime example, if this man is giving you the notion to still build and grow, prime example, he could have met you, you probably was in in a position of going back to school, earning a diploma of some sort. He gonna cheer you on, but he also gonna keep giving you what's necessary. Why mess that up? Coco, I'll be honest with you. They still exist. See, that's the problem. And I want to say this again. Some of you men and women out there that think that there is no good people out there to build and have some form of growth with, you're tripping. You just got to stop looking in the wrong spots And sometimes you don't even need to look. Sometimes it's gonna come to you. But you do have to be a part of something. Like you do have to live some form of active life. Like prime example, some of you think ain't nothing good out there, but how would you know if you ain't trying to get out there? You're not getting back to a form of happiness where you was at. Like if you love to go out, even if it's just doing the simplest thing, get back to doing that. And be honest with you, you're not gonna always find those ones in the clubs or in the bars and stuff like that. You'll find them in the simplest spots. Some people have found love doing the simplest thing like going shopping, going to the supermarket, or something along those lines. But again, you gotta know when to vet something out. You know, again, a lot of y'all are doing the right things. If you peeping certain red flags that don't resonate or just ain't gonna fit right with you, you keeping it pushing. I ain't messing with you, Coco. Don't get it. That's it. I knew you was gonna come in here with that troll shit today. See, I was trying to be nice here. I was trying to be nice. I can't be nice. So now I gotta give you this work too. Matter of fact, where is that? Where is that?
Motherfucker.
Damn it! Start that damn shit. Nah, but you gotta think about it. Not gonna find somebody on the first shot neither, but you still gotta live your life. But there's some of y'all again who will have damn near everything you need in a complete soulmate or something along those lines, and you will still find a way to damage yourself in the process. Keyword: some of y'all, not all of y'all, because some people know how to keep what's necessary around them. Like I said, friendships, relationships don't matter if you are solely, you know, focusing on the main task, solely focusing on the main things necessary. It's important. Don't tell them to take my advice. I told y'all weeks ago to do that. I told y'all months ago to do that. Don't come over here with that. See, did it again. See, making my damn scalp hurt. Making my damn scalp hurt. But here, happy birthday for you peoples.
Oh yeah, I know you love it, muscle lips. Let's go. Lap it up, you hungry son of a bitch. Whoop! Sorry.
Get a handle on your frisbee, college boy.
Oh, you do not want to go.
Nah, that's why I'm saying. You gotta realize again that you know, your sole purpose is not just to have, peace and balance, but also happiness is somebody to share it with, but also building your legacy if that's what you plan on doing. And again, there's some of y'all who, you're so entitled that you'll let something good slip through your fingers. And I said it again on both angles. Same way some women mess up, some men mess up. Again, if somebody is giving you their all and they showing you that, that should be good enough. You know, come on, Shazy. I be chilling, man. I don't be doing nothing. I don't be doing nothing. Nah, but again, like I said, you know, the worst thing I've ever seen in life is bitter people. And there's some of y'all who are bitter even when you got something that should make you happy. That's something that I feel like y'all need to work on. Prime example. Look again, you might have had a bad situation in life, whether it was something long term or not. You might have had some form of bad whatever. But again, you don't allow that to, don't let that consume you. You don't allow that to question everything. There's some things again you're gonna have to just keep an open eye on. That proverbial third eye, like I said. Sometimes, there could be certain situations where you'd be like, it's too good to be true. But sometimes it could be true. Again, you still have to be some form of observant, but you still gotta also have some form of defense, but not have your walls fully up. again, I've seen some people mess themselves up out of a good engagement, even a good marriage, because again, you're allowing insecurities to block everything that's supposed to be bringing you happiness. And again, how can you expect to keep something good when you're pushing it away? The one thing I've always said is, look, you got to be open and honest with whoever you are trying to build and deal with. But again, it does start with a form of a conversation. Because again, y'all should be able to sit down and have deep talks. There are some people who end up being married and they never fully dated or they never fully had any form of a relationship outside of we just connected. There are some people who have got married and again never had no form of relationship or anything. They just been good friends. But because they have so much time invested, why not? Again, you got to learn that there's going to be things in life that will bring you joy. There's some things that will bring you heartache and misery. But you don't allow the misery to overcome everything. If anything, you learn something even out of misery. Because again, every day there's some form of a lesson. Whether you've had a good day, a bad day, or an in-between day, doesn't matter. But this is what I'm saying. You gotta live life. Don't think just because you had a previous bad relationship that that's just gonna be in the woodworks for you. For no. Like I said, you might have struck out once, probably twice. Third time could be a charm. Hopefully, you don't strike out the third time. But again, you got to know what you want, but also know what you need. And if you happen to find somebody who's able to give you at least both, again, why mess yourself up? It's just real rap. Like I just heard a whole conversation earlier, and I'm like, wait a minute. Conversation I ain't even want to fully hear, but I got dragged in the mix of it. But you going to tell me, the man works, got his own, doing what's necessary, making sure you held down, not just financially, but just overall on the up and up, and you still complaining? Somebody got to make that make sense. Oh, because he don't always cook. But again, there's gonna be times he ain't gonna always be able to cook. Sometimes a man might be tired, vice versa. Sometimes you women gonna be tired. But again, y'all gotta be able to compromise and figure out something. But you can't complain again when you got damn near everything you want as far as your man is concerned, or as far as your woman is concerned. That right there again is just being too damn entitled. Make it make sense. If I push a good woman into the arms of another man, whose fault is that? Mine or hers? No, it's mine. It's gonna be mine because again, I wasn't thinking logically, and I wasn't thinking about what's more important. You know, I ain't messing with you, Coco. Get up out of here with that. See, you about to get see you trying to troll again. Trying to troll again. See, that's the madness. And James, you allowing it. So now y'all both got to get this damn evil look today. Damn it. Nah, you good though. Nah, I get where you going with it. But like I said, no, I'm saying some of y'all gonna have to be yourselves. But see, this the thing though. I'll be honest with you. Like prime example, there's some of you women who will mess up something good with a good man because you won't allow that man to lead. Like I said, if that man knows what he's doing, knows what he's getting into, knows how to not just solely protect, but also, produce some form of greatness for the family, why not let that man do what he necessarily need to do? You can't be domineering in every damn situation. You can't control every situation. You can't. No matter how hard you try, you can't. But if you have a controlling personality, guess what? You're gonna always find some way to mess yourself up out of something good. Because again, you need to learn to relinquish your role. I understand some of y'all are used to doing things on your own. Some of y'all are used to being single for the small time frame that you have been, and you're used to doing things on your own and trying to whatever. Grant all of that. But in the same token, you cried and begged for somebody. Now, when you do got somebody that's actually standing on their principles and standing how they supposed to stand, what else could you possibly want? Somebody let me know when I said something wrong right now. Like, I'm being logical. And I'm kind of asking the question too. How do you allow that to happen? See, then I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some of you who have had a bad experience doing exactly everything that was required, being submissive and everything else along those lines. So now you figured I can't do that with anybody else. Nah, you'll at some point find somebody that really will help you break down that barrier. And when they do, you'll know when it's time to do certain things. Again, it's about compromise. Not saying you not supposed to be yourself, but again, some of y'all gotta learn when to relinquish roles. And there's some of you men too. Again, y'all gotta learn the same thing. Y'all sit there and cry or try to say some of these women or most of these women ain't shit, yada yada. Look, y'all can't keep making that reference because you had some form of a bad experience with somebody. And I'm saying that again on both ends. Same way some of you men complain, some of you women complain. Again, you can't make complaints. The only thing you can mostly do, learn from whatever mistake you might have made or learn from whatever you learned from that and keep it pushing. You know what you need, you know what's required. And if the person is giving you what they truly are going to give you, it's your decision to decide if you still going to push forward with them or not. Some people might not be able to offer you certain things off that list that you got. But if everything else checks out right, again, why mess yourself up? Again, some people got this ideology of what a real man is, just like some of y'all got this ideology of what a real woman is. Some of y'all ideologies be kind of crazy, and that's on both ends. I'm sorry, but again, there's some of y'all who have to stop paying attention to the things you even see on social media sometimes, because again, you should be able to tell when somebody is giving you awareness and also giving you some form of a lesson compared to somebody who's just being bitter and complaining. Now, again, if you're bitter about something, you need to figure out what ways to get rid of that bitterness out of your heart so you can learn to move on with your life. You're not going to be able to do anything ranting and raving about it or staying silent about it. Again, some of y'all are complaining, but you kind of messed yourselves up. So that's a two-way street right there, too. Some of these bitter people we see on here trying to basically tear up the fabric of what a good relationship or even a good marriage should be, they doing all the wrong things. Because again, you're allowing your bitterness to seep through and you're allowing people to feel a type of way about even dating. You might have young people who might need some form of advice. And again, if they're going to listen to any form of good advice, it need to be proper advice, not just from bitterness. Nah, got some women and men on here that come on this shit every day and they'll be bitter about, listen, you had a bad experience, get over it. You learn from it. If you didn't learn from it, you better find out what you need to learn from it and move on from it. Some of y'all be bitter and don't know what kind of happiness to place in your heart. Here to tell you that shit today. You better find that form of happiness because your misery, your pain, and your mistakes should not reflect on everybody. Because not everybody, again, moves the same. And there's some things again you're gonna have to learn to accept. Look here, if I only require the simplest things from my woman, it's vice versa. She requires the simplest things. Why is it so hard for y'all to just do so? Court, what's going on, baby? Liz, what's going on, baby? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Liz, since you in here real quick, I got you, baby. It's the only one I got right now. I gotta get to the store, bro. Hold on. What the hell? Hold on, since y'all in here, I thought about it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy?
I told y'all to take my device months ago and y'all ain't listen. Now y'all gotta pay for the madness. You gotta pay for the madness. Nah, but again, you gotta remember that. If I had a bad experience with somebody, does that mean everybody is in that same light? No. That just means I gotta learn to be wiser in my choices of people I put around me on any level. Come on, Court. I told y'all months ago to take my shit. Y'all ain't listen. I gotta learn. I gotta learn. But you gotta remember that. It's about preserving your peace, also preserving that energy, that positive energy. So on the same token, again, I can't think positive or I can't think of the form of building positive if I ain't doing what's necessary. 1 second. Hey yo, my bad. Oh fuck it ain't had nothing. I gotta really start looking at my shit. Nah, I'm good, bro. Nah, but you know, come on now. Again, there's some of y'all who cry more. Look at again, if you got somebody who's working, they goal orientated, they kind of family orientated, so on and so forth. Again, if they're basically getting everything that you want and need, again, why be so entitled? Why push that shit away? And then the sad part about it, the ones that actually do that, that's why some of them are bitter now. Some of them are bitter because they mess their own selves up. But then they'll try to flip it. No, no, no. You had something good. You decide to keep doing what you're doing, even in disrespect of my boundaries. So now, gotta go. You pushed me into something better. Whose fault is that? That ain't nobody's fault but yours. Again, there's some of y'all who push goodness out of your life. Take accountability for it. And if you are one of them who have done that, don't come on this damn platform or don't go throughout life in your own society trying to push that notion that there ain't good people out there. There are good people around every damn corner, friendship wise, relationship wise, anything along those lines. Again, it's solely about who you place around you. You want bitter people around you, guess what? You're gonna get nothing but bitterness, even when it's not coming from you. You want people who want to stay in the form of positivity, but also give you the uplifting and the growth. You're gonna find that. Again, you got to make sure you are around the right people who actually have that. Again, some of y'all make it seem like certain things are impossible to achieve. No, you could achieve them shits, but again, you got to know what you're doing. You got to have an executed battle plan and a strategy. It's going to be war technically on the battlefield trying to find your quote unquote perfect one of your soulmate. You already know that because people are going to be battling for the same things. They're going to be battling for good people inside and out. So again, you got to remember what's your strategy. I would say in this instance, prime example with some of you men out there. Again, if you ain't planning on building with this woman or any woman that you placing across you, you're not planning on building with them or you know, any real form of growth. Don't need to keep trying to string them along or anything, and vice versa. Some of you women ain't trying to be tied down, or you ain't trying to be with a specific person. That you need to let things be known from jump. But again, there's a lot of things that could be avoided if you would sit down and have a conversation. I could be interested in somebody, but I really got to pick somebody's brain to see where they at. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to pick your brain, but I ain't going to put you in a situation where you feel like you have to necessarily make a decision right away. No. Again, it's about compromising when it's time to compromise. Some of you are unwilling to compromise even when you got yourself a great situation. So if you mess yourself about it, at whose fault is that? Again, yeah, you got to be real with yourself before you can put yourself in any real type of situation. You already know, serious baby. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I being thankful? Wait a minute. Did we have a situation I was unaware of it? Hold on. I'm looking back at the chat. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll wait for all the birthday people this upcoming week.
Dear friend, I know it's your birthday today, but keep yourself under control. Don't drink all the alcohol in town or the news will be like this tomorrow.
Shy, I saw you Tauruses this week. Oh no, you already know how we do those series, baby. Anybody on the road right now that's listening in, make sure y'all keep yourselves safe, focused on the road, because these fools don't know how to drive. I appreciate you, James, for dropping those links while Sirius was on the road. You already know how we give it up. We gangster in here, man. I know I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, Sirius. I had to remember what I said earlier. My bad. I had to give people. I had to give people some good old birthday love this week. In case it is some birthdays this upcoming week. But then don't drink all the alcohol. No, but again, you gotta have solid peace, right? You can't build something on the notion of happiness and great whatever if again you're not willing to relinquish certain things. There's some of you women, again, like I said, you've been used to either being single for a little minute or you're used or accustomed to doing certain things. But in a certain token, when you find somebody or you got somebody around you who is actually showing that they are interested, that they're willing to do whatever necessary to keep what's good around them, and they solely have your best interest at heart. At some point, again, you have to be reasonable. Not saying you should be submissive to every man, right? But if you're gonna be submissive, it should be with the right person. I've always believed that. Just like with men, you ain't gonna protect every woman, but you're gonna try to protect the women that are important to you. Again, sometimes you gotta learn when to accept goodness, embrace it, bask in it, inhale it, mother, and that's it. But again, don't be bitter and don't end up messing yourself up to where you might become bitter. Again, some of y'all are used to being in a controlling situation, but there's things you're not going to be able to control. I've said this once before. There's certain things that will be out of your control. Some of it will be for good reason. And sometimes you got to learn to relinquish control. Again, can't control every scenario as far as a relationship is concerned. You can only control the things that are within your reach. But again, it should be organic. If you're gonna build something with somebody, it has to be organic from the beginning to the end. It got to be strong. It's got to be cemented. And again, it should be able to weather whatever storm. Because you're gonna have some days you got your stormy days in your relationships, but again, you don't allow certain things to take you out of that mindset. Again, you might be mad at each other for right now, but at the end of the day, y'all could be coming back together. So always remember that part. Yeah, sometimes you might have your little heated discussions and arguments, but does that mean you should necessarily get rid of something because of emotion? No, got to be reasonable. And sometimes it's good, even when things are getting heated. Again, both of y'all take y'all little walks or take your little breathers. Give each other some space. Because how can anything get rectified if you both got a hot head? So it's another thing to think about. But again, I can't understand how some of y'all really complain when you got something great around you. Again, there's certain blessings that you might not even know was blessings, but you better open your eyes to it. If you got something great around you on any level, friendship wise, relationship wise, your best bet is to keep fighting to preserve what's necessary. Preserve that great peace that you need. But all in all, though, again, we're gonna make certain mistakes in life. Even as adults, we are gonna make certain mistakes in life, but we don't allow those mistakes to render us useless, or we don't allow those mistakes to overshadow anything we are trying to build. Selena, what's going on, baby? Hope all well with you. But again, I'm saying it on both ends. Same way I'm saying it to the women, I'm saying it to the men too. When you have something good around you and it feels good, not just mentally but spiritually, you better do everything in your power to fight for it. I done heard some men too over my course of time. Damn, son, I messed up something good. And well, again, if you come across somebody that just wants nothing but simple things, you don't have to go all the way out to the window again just to make that happen. And I'm gonna say that again. There's some men and women out there who they don't require much but the simplest things. If you can't even keep the simplest things in motion, you're pretty much messing yourself up. And again, you can't be bitter or mad when that person gets pushed into a greater situation or even a better situation. It's something that some people should think about again. Want happiness? What you going to do, or what you willing to do to find that form of happiness? That's solely up to you, though. Again, the one thing I would say in certain situations on either end, you can't be too domineering on everything. There's some things you're gonna have to work together on. There's gonna be some things that a man is not solely gonna be able to do on his own. We might need you, and then vice versa. There's things that you might not be able to do that you're gonna need us for. See, that's my thing. When y'all start listening to people who are bitter and they telling you certain things of, oh, this is how you avoid this, or this is how you knowing this person. No, when they try to flip the script on something, that's a problem. Sleazy yeet. Yeah, I'm glad all the peoples came up in here. I told y'all they done messed up, son. I told them to take my advice weeks ago. And since nobody didn't want to listen, since ain't nobody want to be a part of this, help
That make
hold
me
us.
crazy. That make me crazy. That make me crazy. Constantly.
Facts. Nah, that's the main thing. You want some form of happiness in your life, you got to get out there, but you also got to make sure that it's achievable. Again, you can't expect to build something good, even with somebody along a notion of a relationship, marriage, anything, if y'all not on the same page. Oh, I know I'm crazy. I told y'all, take my damn advice. Ain't nobody listen. So since ain't nobody listen, you got to get the troll drop too.
Motherfucker.
One more again for good measurement. One more again.
Motherfucker.
Measurement told y'all for good measurement. Ain't nobody listen. But again, you got to incorporate happiness too. You got to make sure you're not just, mentally happy, but you got to make sure you financially happy too. I mean, yeah, that's the one thing you're going to worry about if you are building with somebody is how we going to maintain and sustain certain things. But those things come later on, later on. But in the beginning of everything, you should just be picking each other's brains to see where y'all really are trying to go. Like again, prime example, there's some of you fellas who mess yourselves up because again, that controlling, abusive, obsessive behavior. And vice versa. There's some of you women out there who have done that same exact thing. Think your man out there doing something and he ain't doing shit outside of what he doing to protect you and give you some form of peace and vice versa. Some of you men thinking your women out here doing, so look here, if you got to second guess somebody that you with, that's a problem right there. Like I said before, you're gonna have to figure out. Oh shoot, you have to do your investigation if that's the case. Give me 1 second. They really trying to give me a copyright today. I already got one. Yeah, for those who ain't following me on Clapper, please make sure you download the app and follow your boy. And appreciate those who tuned in last night. We had some good vibes. I don't know what the hell happened the first time around. We was good until they clipped me, but we came back. But this is the most important thing to remember. Oh, they really trying to give me a second. Damn. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Really trying to get a nigga a copyright, especially with that song. Man, trying to get a nigga a copyright. But again, what's more important? You know, positive growth and also positive affirmations within your relationship or marriage, or entitled behavior. 'Cause again, there's some of y'all who have the right things in front of you, but mess yourselves up. Then, and then old tokens too, you're putting the wrong type of ideas in those good people because now these good people felt like they had a bad experience with you, and now they might not be trustworthy, or they might feel nobody's trustworthy or they love, and that's the worst thing to do. You know, again, you got to know what you really need, and then you grasp that. Take hold of that. No doubt, Selena, appreciate you, baby. When again you learn to have some form of love within yourself, confidence and strength within yourself, then you can have that within a relationship and a marriage. And again, don't let nobody make you feel less than, and don't let nobody try to stifle whatever you feel you're trying to place in your life on a happy level. You already. But again, you got to be mindful of everything. You know, yes, you can't give your all to everybody. We know that part. But you can give your all to somebody who actually does fit those criterias, but also again actually has your best interest at heart. Like I said, you want good friends around you, keep the good friends around you, no matter what. You're gonna have some fixtures within your life, some good, some bad. The good fixtures you keep around you because again, you keep everything going. My fault. I gotta keep my eyes on this person because he out here tweaking. This is why I was saying the other day too about trying to get certain things in order. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that on a later day, definitely. Again, it's crazy. What I was saying earlier about some of these politics, I better start paying attention to it. Because in certain notions, like it's still things happening as we speak now. You know, need to be more aware of and start fighting on so we could get some of these people the necessary help they need. But again, I'm yeah, the hell, this nigga really just had a whole moment. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely talk about that again. This is why I said some people need to get on board with the right things. Yeah, that's crazy. You just had a whole spasm just now, scared the shit out of somebody. So I'm saying those type of people on the streets could be dangerous to themselves or to others. Yeah, I'm gonna get back on that topic on another day. Today, more and more is just again dust off from yesterday. Again, for you future protesters or activists, your main goal is to remember your group would be considered like an army. So you have to have the executed battle plan when you're going into the battlefield. The main thing is making sure all your troops come home safe and sound. So even when you're on that level of social protesting and stuff like that, make sure your peoples is good. Make sure you don't have no irrational hotheads that could mess up your peaceful ways of demonstration if you're keeping it peaceful. And if again you're gonna have some hotheads in that little group, make sure you're in control of them. Make sure they are not doing things that again could jeopardize the build that you're trying to build. And as far as what I was just saying recently, as far as the you know relationship aspects is concerned with some of y'all men and women, you got to learn to relinquish things, man. Main thing I would say is relinquish all the ill-fated and the ill-spirited vibes that you have in your heart. You might have that vibe for one person in per se, but that don't mean everybody has to suffer that neither. Not everybody's on the same notion. Not everybody's on the same build of things. And again, you got to be able to compromise. You both are bringing something to the table if you want to be technical. So you have to be reasonable and logical. And some of y'all gotta learn. Again, can't expect some people to play every role. No, they're gonna play the most important role. The most important role is having the right person around. That's gonna be there for you through your ups, your downs, your thicks and your thins, but also has a form of understanding. Think it goes, think it goes hand in hand up. When you learn to have strength, wisdom, and determination within yourself, trust me, you'll see things in a greater perspective. Because again, you might have had one bad experience. That I don't mean every experience is going to be bad. If you want to use life as baseball, prime example, yeah, baseball is tricky because you might get some hits, you might get a home run, you might get struck out. Sometimes you might get walked to a base. But in the same token, again, you got to give your all. If you strike out the first time around, the second time around, you come up the bat, you probably might get a couple good hits, or you might get that main home run. If you're going to think of life as basketball, then you got 48 minutes to make sure your team gets the victory. And that means you got to go as hard as possible to at least achieve that. So, again, it's solely up to you on how you want to do things. You got to have wisdom and knowledge on those things. And again, even when it comes down to that type of sport, you got to have a game plan. You got to be able to execute that game plan to where you getting the most positive results, period. Nobody else is going to be able to do that but you. And again, you want to think like a leader or you want to be a leader, you're going to have to open your mind, point blank. You can't just think within inside that proverbial box. Sometimes you're going to have to go a step further. You might push your stuff a little deeper just to get where you want to get to. And don't be afraid to fail. See, again, our mistakes, whether it's relationship wise or whatever, those mistakes, again, they give some form of a valuable lesson. It's what you take from that. There are some people who learn how to take both of those perspectives from that bad situation, good and bad. Take the good lessons along with the bad lessons. But guess what? They use that as a fuel of motivation, a fuel where they're gonna make sure they're making the right decision, but they're not gonna allow everybody to step on them either. And you gotta be in control of the ship that you're steering. Life, no matter how you try to look at it from any perspective, yeah, you have to be in control of yourself more than anything. You can't control everything in the world around you. The things that you can control solely lie within yourself. If I want myself to be greater, I got to push myself for greater. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. They can give me the motivation, they can give me all the uplifting. But again, I got to solely do it. If I want to make myself happy on any level, I got to be the person to fix whatever and then work from there. But when you do have something that's definitely within your reach, your realms, and is good on all angles, again, find a way to grasp that and keep it around you. And also, don't allow people to make decisions for you. I see some people mess themselves up too because that's one thing. You're so focused on what society thinks about that person or thinks about you being with that person that you don't think about yourself. If you found the person, I wouldn't care if they was the most handsome. And I'm speaking to you women. Wouldn't care if they was the most handsome or if they was butt fugly. If that person got your best interest at heart, is doing what they supposed to be doing as a man on all angles and cylinders and still goal orientated, again, don't mess yourself up because you want to listen to what society thinks. And vice versa. It's the same thing with some of you men. If you think you found somebody that really makes you happy, forget thinking. If you know for a fact you got somebody that definitely forget warships the ground you walk on, somebody that's really for you. Why listen to what everybody else thinks? Again, you're supposed to have your own. Supposed to have your own mind. Supposed to have your own way of thinking, right? But you're supposed to still think logically though, regardless to what. Again, some of y'all trying to push and promote this scenario of we don't need each other when that's far from the facts. We both need each other. And it's not solely just about the procreation of things, but we need each other, whether you believe that or not. And some of y'all not going to follow that, but hey, that's solely your choice. But you'll see that when certain decisions or when certain things in life still don't pan out the way you wanted to, solely on you. Got to learn to take accountability. You got to be mindful. Some things you might have to change for the better. If you're going to change something that's going to benefit you, that's good right there. That's a form of, again, growing. You're showing growth. You're showing reflection. You know what you need. Now you just going to try to go get it. Again, I would say in certain instances, stop listening to people who have this ideology that, again, we don't need each other. No, we need each other. We just got to find the right people to complement each other and then build from there. It's never going to be an easy task. It shouldn't be a hard thought one either. Prime example, if you've had a bad experience with something, whether it was any form of domestic abuse there or not, even if it was just on a spiritual level, okay, you might have been hurt. Don't take that hurt, that anger, and that stress out on everybody. First things first, you have to sit back and again reflect on everything that transpired. What did you get out of this lesson? How do I prepare myself for the future? How do I get back to a normalcy of things? How do I get back out there in the field when it's ready to be back out there? These are things you got to do. You can't just have a bad experience, then rush into another experience, and then it becomes another bad one. Again, it's about learning from those mistakes and not making those same mistakes again and again. Again, the most thing I can say for some of y'all is just keep yourself preserved, or just keep your thoughts preserved as well too. On the same token, let loose and have fun. Be safe about what you know. Because I'm not promoting anything outside of just logic right now. Some of y'all are gonna have to be logical and be reasonable too. Again, you're not gonna be able to control every scenario. Prime example is some of you fellas who get upset because your your females um, have a whole bunch of friends. Your women have a whole bunch of friends, regardless to what. But again, you got to remember this part too. If these people were already in place, if these are solid people that's always going to have this person's best interest at heart, they ain't going nowhere. Whether you want that or not, they gonna always be some way a fixture in their life, right? But you also have to be reasonable with that too. Because again, you gotta be making sure that these is the things that are gonna be happening for the right reason. Again, it's about being safe, preserving that peace. You can't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and paint a narrative of everybody's in the same boat. That narrative is getting played out. Because again, not everybody is on the same level. Again, you gotta learn from your mistakes. And then you gotta build and grow from that mistake. The most important thing. You got to build yourself back up in the form of confident ways that you ain't got to never worry about being knocked down again. But again, there's some of you who will not listen to reason until it's too late. So I'm here to say this in that notion. You want certain things, you're asking for certain things, you need certain things. Find out what's more important, the wants or the needs. Because if your wants is the most important out of everything, yeah, you can want a lot and you might gain a lot, but then you might also gain a lot of stress and heartache behind that too, which will still at some form corrupt your mind to think that everybody in the world is the same. No, we all ain't the same as far as personality, looks, height, all of that. Should it really matter as long as you're happy with somebody? What everybody thinks? Sure. But there's some of you who are that shallow. Sorry, some of y'all are shallow because you worry about what everybody thinks. Yeah, they might look at me crazy, like what I'm doing with this person. Or, listen, it don't matter. If that person is making you happy, if that person is doing right by you, then you stick by them. There's some of you who are solely just focused on the physical aspects of things. Gotta remember that part too. For some of you women, yeah, you can have a physical specimen that you want to call. A physical specimen might not have your best interest at heart, or might not give two shits about you, or could be the worst type of abuser. You never know. It's a hit and miss when it comes to making a decision on who you place in your life, right? You're gonna have some people who have your best interest at heart, and they might not be what you expected at all. But in the same token, you should be able to compromise and realize when you do have something that's fitting your best interest, and not just for momentary, but possibly for life building. Um, Make sure that that's exactly where you're at with it. You better make sure you got all forms of. I'm gonna say if you have any or had any insecurity, better make sure that's out the way first. No insecurities, no doubts, no second guessing, no over obsessing, no being obsessive or compulsive. You better make sure everything that you think could be a problem is not a problem. And that's not just on your end, but on the other end as well. There are some of you who feel there are things that, again, that's supposed to be a token of love. When again, those are not tokens of love. That's not showing love. That's just showing shared hate and insecurity. Like I said, some of you men out there, yeah, I need to learn that again. Yeah, I need to keep your hands to yourself, and vice versa. Some of you women do antagonize these type of attacks to happen. I'm saying it on both ends. We ain't supposed to be fighting each other. We supposed to be uniting with each other. I don't know where y'all keep getting this instance that we don't need each other, but you're bugged out. We need each other. And again, not just for life preservation or anything along those lines, but we do need each other. Tanya, what's going on, baby? Again, there's some of y'all who are gonna have to just again learn. Learn that when you are in the graces of certain blessings, hold on dear to them. They serve a purpose. Yeah, what's going on, baby? See again, I've had good experience. I'm gonna say this for myself. I've had good experiences, bad experiences. Some experiences, definitely either both, it didn't matter. It gave me a lesson on certain things. No doubt. I hear you get that money, baby. Oh wait, since y'all in here now, didn't I tell y'all everybody's gonna take accountability for what happens? When I told y'all to take my advice and y'all ain't listen, you didn't listen. So yeah, I'm gonna mess up y'all shit right now today.
Does
I'm
that
telling
make
you.
me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly.
Yeah, you get one more for the day. You get one more for the day. But you gotta remember that part. You know, no matter what experiences you've had, even on that relationship tip, marriage tip, or shoot, you're on the verge of trying to get to some form of that. You better have some form of strength and confidence within yourself, even when you go through the roughest of patches. It's up to a lot of y'all to really keep yourselves preserved mentally and spiritually, no matter what. Whether you religious or not. The main thing again at the end of the day is common sense, knowledge, and preserving peace. And when it's time to stand up and fight for the right things, you stand up and fight. Appreciate you again for dropping those links. Appreciate y'all. You got to remember that part. You know, you're gonna have your ups and downs in life. Your downs should never leave you down for long. Again, if you want to think of life as riding a bike for the first time in your life, whether you're a child or you're a grown up, you're gonna have those training wheels on for a little minute, at least till you able to get something right. But once you have gotten the hang of it, yeah, even on your training wheels, you're gonna fall off. Everybody is falling off. Again, you fall down, but you get back up. Preserve yourself. Keep that spiritual balance regardless to what. You got to remember some things are not going to be in your control. So you got to learn to control yourself. That means don't get too over emotional, too irrational. Shoot, even too overzealous. But again, remember, even if you're going to follow certain things, whether it's on here or whether what you go by in society, better take in the right things more than anything. If something don't sound right, it don't sound like it's giving you that real truth, push away from that. But in all notions though, for real, it is solely about gaining that footing in life that you need and that you want. And if you need it, better get out there and achieve it. For real. I can't say it any clearer. You are solely in control of the peace and happiness that you bring within your own life. Again, you are the author of your own book. What do you place in that book? Viral, what's going on, baby? Yeah, what do you want in that book? What do you create? Yeah, you're gonna have good testimonies, you're gonna have some bad testimonies. But if life is like a biography of yourself, then guess what? You incorporate everything, good and bad. Because at the end of the day, you are solely given a lesson. Basically what it is. Life lessons. What you learn from those life lessons. Kid you not though. You have to do something. And again, preserving peace is the most important thing. Again, some of you men and women out there learn to relinquish certain things, and I mean that on all cylinders. If you want growth and happiness, again, you're gonna have some people that's around you for the good. Some are gonna be there for the bad. Some are gonna be there for everything. Again, it's about what you incorporate in life. But your main notion out of all of it is sharing that with somebody. Don't forget that part. And you better make sure that the person you are deciding to spend that rest of your life with, you better make sure y'all both together on all angles. Again, make sure you have each other's best best everything at heart. Protection. Men, you gotta protect the women on all levels, but it's the same way. You women gotta protect us on all levels. Because regardless to what, you're good by yourself technically, but you'll be greater with somebody else, especially if you're sharing everything. Again, it's not about sacrifices, it's about compromises. The sacrifices will come if you do happen to build to a point where now you have kids involved and you're still together strong and hanging in there. Sacrifices might come because you might have to cut certain things, especially if money is kind of tight, especially in this kind of economy we having right now to some degree. They running down on people, y'all. They running down. They running down. They ran down the truck. My bad, y'all. The birds is trying to troll me today. Hold on. They was trying to troll me today. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. So I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Now I gotta be disrespectful. Gotta be disrespectful. Yeah, birds doing too much over here. My bad, y'all. Birds doing too much over here. They just ran down the truck. It's attacking the birds again. No, but again, you gotta remember that. Solely remember that happiness starts with you. And it also lies within you. What makes you happy? You gotta continue to do those things. And for those who think that there ain't good people out there or around there, you just ain't been looking hard enough, or you ain't been keeping your third eye open. So some of y'all be having people right up under you, and you won't even know it. No doubt, Danielle, baby. Yeah, but I'm kind of scared because they running down. Somebody must either drop some bread down or some bread around here. Period. They out here chilling though. Weather nice today. Again, for those out there in the city, man, get out there and enjoy yourselves these next few days. Weather definitely gonna be looking like something. If you're having a barbecue, save me a plate. I'll be somewhere out there. But now, hopefully, I got something out of this today. That's for anybody on any level right now. You want happiness, you want joy, you want peace, you want solace, you want all of that as far as a relationship is concerned. You better find a way to incorporate it and make sure that you demonstrate it, and also make sure that you are going to keep that close and dear. And if you have had a bad experience, bad mistakes, so on and so forth, don't allow the world to suffer that too. 'Cause not everybody thinks that way, and not everybody is out to hurt you or scam you or do anything along those lines. You just got to be real. Again, you incorporate what you need in your life, not so much as what you want, but what you need. Keep that in mind for the day too. And for those who are following me on Clapper, I'm gonna try to bring some vibes back before work. Yeah, back to the plantation today. Back to the damn plantation. See, even the plantation done trolled me today. See now he got to get this work too. He got to get this work too. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this. I've been disrespected for too long.
Shit.
Damn it. But for those who might have just been tuning in, y'all can always catch this replay. I covered some of what I started last night, and again for you, again future protesters or activists, make sure you are leading your troops to victory, but also being strategical, logical, and making sure everybody's in one piece while doing so. And as far as this relationship talk was just, again, ain't got to go for my word. That's just my view and opinion on how I feel things should be. If you are going to build with somebody, or if you have interest in building with somebody, you better make sure that they are interested as well in building with you. That's real raps. But yeah, it's time for me to figure out lunch. Definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. Like I said, for those who follow me on Clap, definitely be back with some good vibes. Try to give you an hour and a half. Could be back tonight with a little discussion on hands, but if I do, I drop the link in case anybody want to chime in. All in all, though, healing prayers of those who need it. Also, appreciate everybody that's been a part, still being a part of this build. We still got more work. We still got more combos on the way. What's going on, my guy? We still got more things to bring to the forefront. Y'all all make it possible one way or another. So I can't let y'all leave out without feeling good right now. So we gonna feel good right now. You know how to do the remix though. You know how to do the remix. Damn it, I had to do it. Nah, let me get up out of here. Definitely appreciate y'all. For those again who might just be tuning in, catch this replay. Make sure y'all like and share this out. Like I said, we got some more on the way. Um, all in all, though, hopefully y'all enjoy your hump days. And if y'all got any plans for the weekend, especially with this good weather, again, keep yourself visual at all times. Keep yourself safe, but also keep yourself preserved. Yeah, yeah. No, we always got to give this good talk. And I definitely see y'all later on. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I do is give you real. That's what I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. While I'm up out of here, I'm going to let y'all rock out again. I'm going to let y'all rock on. I'm going to let y'all rock back out again because I don't care. I don't care. Get back to your good old, get back to your good old love. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. To the next live. We out of here. Peace and blessings.